Hey everyone, so this is my review of Gotham, Season 4, Episode 2, called The Fear Reaper. And essentially what this episode is about is that Gordon is determined to bring in Jonathan Crane to try and prove that the GCPD still is very powerful. And this was a really kind of great and entertaining episode that did do a good job of sort of furthering their Scarecrow story that they're telling and just adding a whole bunch of new stuff to the whole thing. And I'm a little annoyed that they didn't clear up the one thing that I was questioning on in the last episode, which is what happens once someone is infected with this fear gas. Does it eventually wear off, or is there a cure to it, or how is all that sort of answered? Because they just sort of had it where it was Penguin was suddenly cured of this whole thing, so I'm guessing it probably just wears off. But still, I want to know what the answer is to that. Because then later when Gordon is finally hit with this fear gas, it didn't wear off of him until he suddenly overcame his fear. And that surprised Crane, it wasn't supposed to wear off at all. So that was weird where they did that. And yes, there was some sort of answer by the end of this that essentially all you need done is to get your face washed, which is a true thing in the whole mythos, but I didn't know that that was something that was known, because even when it happened to Gordon, he seemed surprised that, oh, that's the answer to fix the whole thing, is just to get the gas off their faces. So that was weird how all that was constructed, and I just couldn't quite follow that fully. But still, I really love the scene where Gordon has to go into the asylum alone and face all these psychos and all this different stuff by himself. And it just felt very much like a sort of haunted house kind of theme thing where you didn't know when something might be popping out and what was all going to happen and all that stuff. It was just really great in my mind how that was all filmed. And I really enjoyed what they did with the whole relationship between Gordon and the GCPD, where essentially most of them aren't on his side, and he's still trying to prove that they do hold power and that they do matter and stuff like that, but he just can't quite find the right sort of speech or the right sort of thing to get them to agree with him. So that's really kind of cool to see how all that played out. And then the side stories with Selena and Tabitha and Barbara actually coming back were really kind of cool and really kind of interesting, with them sort of somewhat of starting to team up a almost Sirens team up there, and just all that was really amazing to see. Barbara coming back and them trying to figure out where her footing is with her and Tabitha, and all that sort of stuff, with them coming up with their own sort of business to run in opposition to Penguin. Just all that was really cool. And then the parts with Ivy were especially amazing in my mind, with them sort of furthering her story to make her even more sort of a poison ivy kind of effect thing. Which, if these potions that she drank do follow through with making her be the very poison ivy kind of thing where no one can touch her and stuff like that, that would be really cool how they chose to introduce that. And then the parts with Bruce were alright, because it did do a good job of sort of furthering his story and what all they're doing with him and stuff. But it was a little sort of lame and a little hard to watch, with how he didn't quite seem to understand the danger he's putting himself in, and he just seemed really arrogant, and just really hard for me to follow him as being a hero, because he just doesn't seem to understand that he is putting himself in danger and that he's not bulletproof and all this different stuff. It just felt like he doesn't understand what he's doing, and like I said, that's just hard for me to follow him as supposed to be this hero and this person that he's supposed to become, because he just doesn't understand what he's doing. But still, I have to say, overall, this was a really amazing episode, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do next with Jonathan Crane and with Bruce and with Selena and all of them. I just can't wait to see what they'll do. So yeah, that's my review of Gotham, Season 4, Episode 2, called The Fear Reaper. So yeah, bye!